Very, very good show. It was off to a hot start before it even began, before the show even kicked off, with Brock Lesnar just ambushing Dean Ambrose in the parking lot. If you didn't see it on Facebook, you probably saw it a million times on Raw throughout the show. They've replayed it at least 3 or 4 times, but it was a great angle. I mean, they had the crowd standing there too. Dean Ambrose was pulling into the parking lot. He gets out of his car, and then almost immediately is ambushed by Brock Lesnar, who comes through these, the trailers or whatever, comes completely out of nowhere, beats the shit out of Dean Ambrose. The knees that he hit, that he connected to the Dean Ambrose stomach, I thought, to the stomach of Dean Ambrose were pretty weak. But him smashing him in the windshield of the car was great. And the limo, I thought, was an awesome looking spot. Like I said, because they were pulling into the parking lot, there's always those fans that wait for the people to pull in, and they're there cheering, and they want some autographs and whatever. They surely didn't get an autograph from Dean Ambrose that night because they were just going crazy when they saw Brock Lesnar just beat the shit out of him before he got taken out in an ambulance. And of course, Ambrose came back, which we'll talk about in a moment, but still, before the show even kicked off, a great angle, which really solidified the reports that came out earlier on Monday, that Brock Lesnar's new opponent for WrestleMania is none other than Dean Ambrose. And I'm very happy about that. You know what? I might as well talk about it now instead of waiting until later on in the show to talk about their segment. I thought this was great. I really, really do love the idea of Dean Ambrose versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for a number of reasons. One, we've been getting a preview of it in recent weeks with their segments on Raw and on SmackDown and at Fastlane, and these two have great chemistry. Two, Ambrose and Paul Heyman could have fucking amazing promos. Heyman cut a great promo last night talking about how Dean Ambrose cost him his shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania, and Lesnar's motivations, I fucking love them, because he lost the championship without getting pinned at WrestleMania. He goes back after the belt at Battleground that gets interrupted by the person whose streak he ended at WrestleMania 30 a year and a half prior, The Undertaker. They have a match at SummerSlam, it ends in controversial fashion. They have another match at Hell in a Cell, beats Undertaker there. Sets his sight on the WWE title once again at Royal Rumble, comes up short, goes after the title again at Fastlane, comes up short, but because of Dean Ambrose, so he sets his sights on Ambrose at WrestleMania, and Ambrose was the one who issued the challenge on Monday Night Raw. The fighting resiliency that Ambrose has, that his character has, I think is great. It's only going to make people care more about him and get behind him and rally behind the lunatic fringe. And if he can kind of stop from doing the low blows, which is not really a babyface-like maneuver, I know, Dean Ambrose is not the epitome of what a babyface should be. I know he's kind of shades of gray a little bit, but people love him. But hopefully they don't have people turn on him by, low blowing Brock Lesnar every single week. And why Brock Lesnar has yet to wear a cup to the fucking ring, I have no idea. But anyway, I love the idea. I absolutely love it. And 3, of which I don't think I mentioned, these guys have really, really good chemistry, like I said before. But moreover than anything else, it's something fresh. Yes, we got it on Raw, SmackDown, at the pay-per-view, but never one-on-one. Ambrose and Lesnar is a great marquee match for WrestleMania. I can give you 10 other reasons. Another reason, it's no holds barred. They can have the match they're capable of having, going all over the arena, and those are the type of matches that Lesnar thrives in, when it's no holds barred and he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Another reason, it's not Bray Wyatt. I love Bray Wyatt, but I just don't think that match would have sold just because the Wyatt family is so damaged right now. No one would have cared, and Lesnar was going to win. And another reason, it's a big plus for Dean Ambrose. The guy has been, he's been a hot act ever since he broke out on his own 2 years ago when the Shield, parted ways in the summer of 2014. He was a hot act that night. The very next week, the guy was getting cheered as a singles act. I mean, I think the crowd, or rather the audience, the backstage officials, thought the crowd would sour on him or not really care about him. That's been the farthest thing from the truth over the last 2 years. The crowd fucking loves the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose, and it's been really apparent over especially the last couple of months. I mean, over the past 2 years in general, but specifically over the last couple of months, ever since, he had a great showing in the WWE title tournament, won the Intercontinental Championship, which I was there for, in the TD Garden in Boston at TLC. Great match. Had a really, really good feud with Kevin Owens. Had a great match with Owens at the Royal Rumble, where he retained the title. Lost the title, had another great showing at Fastlane. And the guy's been just on fire over the last couple of months. And this guarantees he will not be, it could be the opener, who knows, but I'm pretty sure be probably higher up in the card. They're not going to put Brock Lesnar in the opener. They could, who knows? They put Triple H in the opener, but that's Triple H's call. Triple H is no Brock Lesnar, I'll tell you that much right now. Brock Lesnar is a way bigger draw than Triple H. But anyway, you get my point here that it's a big get for Dean Ambrose. I was really fearing the worst. I figured that in the last couple of months that, this means he's going to get... The guy didn't even wrestle at Hell in a Cell a couple months ago. Now he's in one of the marquee matches at WrestleMania. This means he won't be in the fucking Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He won't be in another multi-man IC title match at WrestleMania, which is the match last year was really, really good, but Ambrose did not win. You knew that he wasn't going to win. And he was just another guy in the match. So I'm really happy he's finally getting his just due in this contest against Brock Lesnar. Like I said, a fucking draw, a big name. And it's going to be a big get for his character, a bigger get for Brock Lesnar, who I'm so happy they blew off his feud with Undertaker at Hell in a Cell, which meant that we can get this fresh feud at WrestleMania, not do that match for the millionth time, which is great. So the match is going to be great. The feud should be really, really good. It's beneficial to both parties. If Brock Lesnar wins, it makes sense. If Ambrose wins and is the first one to pin Brock Lesnar since he broke the streak 2 years ago, but his first pinfall loss in almost 3 years since WrestleMania 29, I'd be stoked for that too. There's so many options that you can go with this feud. That's why I'm so excited for it. Whereas with the Wyatt family, if it was Braun Strowman or the fucking Wyatt family as a whole or Bray Wyatt or whoever, again, who I've reiterated a number of times I like the stable, but they've been booked so badly, they are not at all a threat to Brock Lesnar. They might have been for a cup of coffee at the Royal Rumble or on the Raw before the Rumble when they attacked him, but I'm so glad they didn't get involved in the main event of Fastlane or on Raw and we're getting that match instead because Bray Wyatt, he's just, I don't know if he's damaged goods by this point. There is still hope yet for Bray Wyatt in WWE, but the whole group has been so badly booked that that Lesnar was going to whip all their candy asses at WrestleMania. Rock trademark there, I know. But at least Dean Ambrose, he's going to beat the shit out of Dean Ambrose too. But at least one, it's going to be entertaining. And two, Ambrose will fight back like the resilient son of a bitch that he is. So I love that idea. I love the idea of these guys facing off at WrestleMania. I thought the angle before Raw was great. I thought the segment on Raw itself was great. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can produce at WrestleMania.